Calvin Harvey, CalvinHarvey. I'm Chief Deputy with Precinct 4. I'm the Toll Road Authority's Administrator of the Incident Management Program.
Can you tell us what happened out here today?
Approximately at 5:30 this morning, we received a call of a crash involving an 18-wheeler. When the units arrived, including fire and EMS, the cab of the truck was engulfed in fire, and there was one entrapment, which we believe to be the driver and the only victim in this crash, and he's deceased. We don't know if it was because of driver inattention, or he fell asleep, or a medical issue, but he drifted off onto the shoulder, struck the wall, and then the momentum of the vehicle drove the 18-wheeler over the wall, and of course it crashed and caught on fire. We're also working a hazmat scene because of the fuel and cargo in the truck.
What was he carrying?
I do not know that yet. They were stabilizing the truck, and I've not been told that yet. The main thing is to try to recover the remains, and which the medical examiner's office is doing currently.
They were in there, in the cab?
Yes.
So y'all believe that maybe he passed away? A crash caused it?
At this point, I do not know. That would be a call with the medical examiners, whether or not it was due to a driver incapacitated due to a medical condition or inattention.
When you say medical condition, what gives you the idea that he could have fallen asleep?
He could have fallen asleep, or we've worked other crashes where people, due to diabetic seizures or other things, they pass out behind the wheel, and so that'll be up to the medical examiner to determine whether it was a medical condition, he fell asleep, or he wasn't paying attention when the accident occurred.
Do you gather that information because you find no skid marks on the road? It doesn't appear that he had stopped, or how are you determining that?
Well, it'll be, the main thing is depends on the ruling from the medical examiner's office at the cause of death, and also whatever evidence is at the scene as far as skid marks and scrapes and witness statements, although we don't have any witness statements at this time at this event. We had to control approximately 900 vehicles this morning to get them back to the Beltway, but my understanding, there was no one at the scene that witnessed the crash.
The hazmat situation is strictly for the fuel leakage, or was the parking?
Yes, it was the fuel leakage, and of course putting out the fire. Anytime that type of material hits the grass on the other side of the roadway, that has to be cleaned up.
Did the grass catch fire?
Yes.
So did the contents of the trailer burn, or?
Some of it did, but not completely.
But you can't tell what that is?
Their main focus right now is the recovery of the victim, and once we get that done, then we'll branch it out into other parts of the investigation.
Any damage to the roadway?
Once the truck is moved, the Toll Road Authority's engineers will come out to the scene and assess the roadway to see if there's any type of damage.
What do drivers in the area expect for the next however long?
Hopefully in the next 5 to 6 hours we'll have this cleared. The remediation on the service road in the grassy area may take longer just due to the spill.
You say 5 or 6 hours?
Yes.
5 to 6 more hours starting to right now.
We're hopefully that we can do it before that, but I think 5 to 6 hours is a good estimate.
And I'm sorry, I couldn't hear very well. You said there's only one victim in
Yes.
this, and it's the driver?
Yes.
Do we know if he's male, female, or at this point can we not
I
even
do not
tell?
know that at that point.
No.
And you say this was maybe a medical condition?
No, I do not know. It's a possibility it could have been a medical condition. There was no other incident like another vehicle collision or anything. From what we know right now, what the scene is telling us is that he either drifted off on, incapacitated some way, or he was not paying attention and he struck the retaining wall, and that's when he went over the wall, and of course the cab crashed. But once the crash did occur, he was incapacitated and couldn't evacuate the vehicle.
And at this point, his body is still in the cab?
Yes, I believe the medical examiner is at this time in the process of recovering the remains.
I heard there were some good Samaritans that tried to stop and help. Did you guys have a chance to talk to any of them, kind of get some more?
I have not, and I have not been told that from my guys at the scene. So.
Are there any markings on the truck? Can you tell where he came from or where he was going?
No. The trucking company's representative is on site, but of course, that information won't be released till after a medical examiner makes notification of next of kin.
So, trucking company representative on site, but we can't tell where the truck driver was headed, if he's from this area or nothing like that. Which company is it?
I can't can't release that right now because you know, if somebody's seen this newscast could say that could be a relative of mine. That's up to the medical examiner's office to release that information, and once there's notification of next of kin.
What time around?
We got the report at 5:30 this morning.
5:30 this morning, and you were able to knock it out in about half an hour, right?
Yeah, the fire took a little longer than normal, but and setting up all the traffic control. But yeah, it was contained within about 30 minutes. The fire was.
Just looking at the scene itself, it's just an awful situation. I mean,
Correct. Unfortunately, you know, whatever the cause of the crash, you know, it's unfortunately not other people involved, and it's only the victim. And you know, it's too bad, but at least other victims weren't involved whenever he, you know, drifted off or had some type of incapacitating medical condition.
all right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chief Deputy.
Around 5:30 this morning.
Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you. The traffic was so loud.
Yeah. Insanely loud.
Doing all right, man? Good.